desired goal is to increase number of 1, right? How to increase number of 1? That is the problem. Now here what we have done is we have generated the initial population by tossing a coin 60 times, and we have generated 6 chromosomes. In each chromosome we have 10 values, and each value is a gene. If we are getting head, we are putting 1. If we are getting tail, we are putting 0. After that, we are generating the fitness value. The fitness value is number of 1 is the fitness value. So based on the number of 1, we are getting 7, 5, 7, 8, 4, 8, 3 in that way. Now after doing that, when we add up all the fitness function, we are getting 34 as the fitness function for this population. Now with the 34 fitness function value, we'll see what are the percentage of each chromosome that is participating much or that is participating more to get the fittest chromosome available. So we have seen that S5 is giving you 23%, S1 and S3 is giving you 20%, it is actually contributing 20%. This S2 is contributing 14%, S4 is contributing 11%, and S6 is contributing 8%. Now what we do is we'll create a roulette wheel based on the percentage. So definitely the highest percentage of the area will be taken by S5, then S1 and S3, then S2, then S5 and S4, and then last S6. So when we rotate the roulette wheel, number of chances to select that particular chromosome will be high for S5 because it has the highest percentage of fitness function. Now after that, in the selection process, we use roulette wheel for the selection. Once we rotate it, we'll get after one rotation, we'll select the population from the initial population. So here you can see that because S6 has the least fitness function, we have removed it for the further reproduction. Now after selection, the next process is crossover. What will happen in crossover? We assume that is predefined, like 60% of population will be taken for the crossover. So let's say in this 6 chromosome, 4 chromosome will take as the crossover and 2 chromosome will leave without any crossover. Means 2 chromosome will not do any reproduction, but 4 chromosome will do the reproduction. So assume that S1 dash and S2 dash is doing reproduction by crossover. How will do the crossover? So you know that you assume that this is one parent, this is another parent. These are the genes to the parents. So what we do is if we want to do crossover, we just cross over. Let's say if one child has least gene present for one parent and most gene present for another parent. So what we do for that, we do the crossover based on some points. So we'll use one single point crossover here. So in a single point, we select, let's say 2. So 2 raised to 8 will take, means here we'll take 20% of the chromosome from one parent and 80% of the chromosome from another parent. In that way, we do the crossover. So here if you see, we do the crossover with 2, value 2. So here we'll select 2 chromosome, true genes from one chromosome, that is 1, 1. And after that, we'll choose the rest of the chromosome from other parent. Now for making this, we'll choose 2 genes from one chromosome and again 8 number of chromosome from another parent. So in that way, if you see that, so this value we have taken, and after that, these value we have taken to generate S1. And after that, we use these chromosome and these chromosome to generate this population or this particular chromosome, right? So this is how the crossover works. As I told you, 60% of the population will take for the crossover. So 2 we have taken. Again 2 will leave it. So it will be as it is. Then again 2 will do for the crossover. Here what we do is, here we do 50-50. Means five number of gene we take from another one parent, and 5 number of gene will take from another parent. So here you'll see from S5 dash we take 5, and from S6 we'll take 5 to generate the child. So this will be generated by this and this, and after that we use these 5 gene and these 5 gene to generate this chromosome. So this is how the crossover works. This 2 and that 5 is depend upon you, how you are doing it. So it is predefined. Either you can take 2, or you can take 4, or you can take 6. It depend upon you. Okay, so there is no algorithm for this value. Either you will take 2 or 5 or 3, but this 60% will you have to do. Either 60 you do, or 70 you do, or 80 you do. That also you have to define previously when we do this crossover. After doing this crossover, we do the mutation process. Mutation process means in this particular gene we change some gene values. So that is also randomly selected. So for this gene, this value will be selected. So definitely if you want to change, so again if we are selecting 1, so we have to change it. Which value we can change? We can change to 0, and the 0 will be changed to 1. This one will be changed to 0. This one will be 1, and this value will be 1. This is 0. This is 0. In that way, after getting the new population or the fresh population, we'll again calculate the fitness. Do we reach the fitness of our target? Let's say the target is 47. 47 is the fitness value target that we have to achieve. Can we achieve it? So you see that we haven't achieved the target. Right now the fitness value is 37. So what we do? Again we'll do the same process: selection, crossover, mutation. After that again we'll go for the fitness. We'll see whether we have reached. No, then we'll do again selection, crossover, mutation. That process will go on till you will get your stopping criteria. Either this is the criteria or the number of iteration. Let's say you want to do the 10 iteration or 20 iteration or 30 iteration. It is up to you. So this is how your genetic algorithm works, and this is the example of Max-Mun problem.